Libra, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Libra, in today's reading, I am going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle Traveler, Sacred Travelers card. Going to give you your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started on your reading. I also would like to tell you that I do have a Facebook group. We do a mini message, mini readings on every other Wednesday. So look for the link on my community page if you would like to join and get a free reading for a question that you may be interested in. Okay, so I'm on there live and you'll be able to see my face and so forth. So let's get to it, Libra, see what's going on. All right, Libra, Spirit, this is for Libra for their highest good. This is for Libra for their highest good. A card. All right, Libra, 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 Libra. Let's push this over here. All right. So you have taking shelter. The answers are within. Wow. So definitely, I do feel like they are within. You know, you yourself are your home. This is where your home base is. This is where you need to come back to come back to your roots, to go within, to find that peace, to find that reflection. And I'm sure that you'll find the answers once you start doing that. Get yourself grounded. You also have clear the past and heal the present. So start, you know, I feel like you're wanting to heal the past, like whatever it is that is holding you back. I feel like you are trying to let it go. So it's good. You know, I feel like you're trying to live in the moment, to be in the moment, which is really nice. So very nice, you guys. Very nice. Put that one right there. All right. So, Libra, let's see what's going on in your reading. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. All right. Whew. Okay, here we go. One card for the current for Libra. One for the situation. One for the past or now. One for the what's hidden. One for the hopes and the fears. One for the what you need to do now, what you need to work on, and the outcome. Wow. Okay. So I see a lot of cards here that you're very exhausted to begin with. Oh, at the end of the tarot deck, you did get your Justice card. So, you know, you speak your truth and things are definitely going to balance out for you. You know, you just got to keep that faith and that hope. Okay. So don't lose that. I do feel like you're coming near an end of a cycle. I do feel like, you know, you hold on to a lot though. You are still holding on to a lot of sadness and it could be anything that's going on right now. I feel like you needed to speak your truth about something or say something, or you needed to say something that was holding you back. And I do believe that you are. You do have let me see if I can put all these cards in here. Let me see. Okay, so you do start off with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is saying that you're very exhausted. I feel like you're very, you know, you've been through a lot in Libra and you've been holding on to a lot, but you're also catching up on a lot of things that you've been doing because you've been busy. But emotionally and physically, I feel like you're exhausted. So really time to take care of yourself, time to nap, okay? Really nurture yourself. Feel like that you've done the best that you could and now you have to move on. Yeah, the Eight of Cups for the situation, and the Eight of Cups is telling you to move on. In fact, I feel like a lot of you guys are going on a spiritual journey, but I feel like also too that you're knowing your worth, you're knowing your value, and that's something that you need to work on, that you need to know that you're just as a priority than everybody else. And I feel like there are things that you're going to be walking away from, but we'll see with the card here. You know, you never know what it is, so we'll see. You have the Three of Swords for the past or now. I do believe that you are definitely in, your emotions are very high, you know, you're very, you have a lot of empathy. You have that, you know, you feel a lot, you're feeling a lot. We'll definitely see what the other cards say. You have the Two of Pentacles here, and the Two of Pentacles is saying that you're juggling a lot. You know, you're juggling your home, your work, your you know, the people that you need to spend time with, your family, you know, you're doing all these things, you know, and you're very exhausted. They're asking you to take it easy. I do feel like there is a decision here that is opening up for you, though, that you're going to have to make very soon. Also, with the hopes and fears, at the Ten of Swords is here. And the Ten of Swords is saying that something has come to an end. Something has definitely ended for you, whether, you know, it was obstacles or people or relationships or, you know, just careers also. You know, if it wasn't for you, then you probably had to walk away from something, you know, whether it was hurtful or whether it wasn't. Something has come to an end in your life that you're no more doing, no longer doing. So, you know, it's like you see the ending here and it's grim, it's dark, but you see the light back here with the sun and it's still shining for you, Libra. You have the Ten of Wands here for what you need to do now. Ten of Wands is saying that, you know, you're very exhausted, but, you know, you're I don't know if this could be like now or what, but you definitely are carrying a lot on your shoulders right now. You have the Ace of Cups here, and the Ace of Cups is talking about, you know, your feelings, being in your feelings, being in your emotions. I feel like, you know, you really need to put your energy into something that you're going to enjoy, something that you're going to want to create and put out there. I also feel with the Ace of Cups that there could be somebody new coming into your life, you know, but we'll see. And then you have the Three of Wands here for the outcome, and the Three of Wands says that you're ready to move on, you're ready to move forward. You could be making plans making plans and being very discreet about things, or just ready. I also feel like you're waiting on something, like you could be waiting on something to come in for you, or you've been waiting on something. So let's see what's going on, Libra. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is definitely going to be for Libra for their highest good. Okay, here we go. Why is the Four of Swords here for Libra? Wow, okay. Okay. So, all right. So, you know, you've been very tired. You know, you've been very exhausted. And you can tell, you know, in this picture, the way the card looks, you know, he's like just stumbled down, you know, and he's like, just want to sleep here. I don't even want to take off my armor. And, you know, you're exhausted. You feel that way. I feel like you just need to rest, you know, really gather up your strength and continue to keep going. Like, don't give up on anything. I feel like just need to catch up on your rest and nurturing yourself. You are definitely in your mind about your finances. You have a lot going on in your mind about where you want to put them, what you want to do next. You know, you're definitely the King of Pentacles here. When the King of Pentacles shows up, you know, he's very strong-willed. You know, you're in your mind about putting all these ideas out there, wanting to create something that you can create for yourself, to create that stability, to create that strong foundation. And you certainly will, because you have that, you are the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, he's like an entrepreneur. He knows how to make that money. He's very honest. He's persistent. He's very persistent. And that's what they want you to do, that no matter what, even if you have to slow down and take rest, you still have to be persistent in what you want to create and put it out there, because it's going to bring you the material success that you want. I do feel like you're going to be able to have your cake and eat it too, because, you know, in this picture, you see that, you know, he has his home, he has his, you know, his abundance of food. He has, you know, it doesn't matter what he's doing, as long as he's bringing in what he wants, it's okay, you know. So that's what they're saying. But you really need to leave this Nine of Swords behind, because you're definitely in your mind. I also feel like you have a lot of ideas in your mind that you want to put out there, that you want to make and create something for that material success. Also, it's like you've been thinking about it, like wanting to think about it, doing, you know, trying to put your ideas, like you've been waiting and they're asking you, it's time to put it out there. Okay, so do it. But really take rest. You have the Eight of Cups here. And why is the Eight of Cups here for Libra? One more card. Wow. Okay. So you do have the Eight of Cups here, and the Eight of Cups is definitely talking about you leaving something behind. I feel like with the Eight of Cups also that you're slowly finding out your worth. You know, you're finding out that you're not going to settle for less, that you are worth more than you think, you know, in experiences. I feel like you're ready to go on a different path, that you're no longer the same person that you used to be. Holding on to things, you know, being in the past, staying in the past, you know, right now, or being kept down. I feel like you are definitely moving forward. The devil card is certainly here, but that with the devil showing up on the situation, you know, there could be things that are keeping you from moving forward. It could be, you know, habits. It could be patterns. It could be things that you haven't tried yet. And they're asking you to stop holding on. Stop holding on to things, you know, staying still. Move forward. Think out of the box. Just get out there and try something that's going to make it different for you. Because definitely you want this, but you're just having a hard time moving forward from it. And I feel like at times you do feel like you're stuck. And there's just so many things that are holding you back. And until you start taking care of these things that are holding you back, then you will start, you know, putting all your ideas out there. But it's time. They're asking you, they're saying, why? Why are you waiting? It's time. Okay. They're asking you to like just let go of the past and just move forward from everything that you're doing, because you're learning slowly that, you know, you're worth more. Your value is very important, and you do have the experiences that you need to put everything out there. You have the Three of Swords here, and I do feel like you have been through a lot. You know, you've been hurt. You've been hurt. There's been painful things going on. There's even a painful ending here. So definitely, I feel like it's now. I feel like, you know, that to go with your emotions, you know, because that's how we heal. You know, if, you know, you feel angry, you know, ask yourself, why do I feel so angry? You know, why do I let a person or a thing keep me down from feeling the way I feel? You know, why is it so powerful that somebody can just, their thought, I can get so angry by it? And ask yourself, why do you get angry? You know, and that's what they're saying, you know, because you are definitely moving on. You do have a lot of thoughts in your mind, but you know, you also have to, you know, really heal from everything that's been happening, because, you know, you're going through a lot. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of people going through your life and falling out of your life. You've been through changes of work. You've been through happy times and bad times. So definitely a lot of healing is here. You do have the Two of Pentacles, Libra, and why is the Two of Pentacles here for that's hidden? One more card. Nice, 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 nice. Look at that. I do feel with the Two of Pentacles that there is decisions that you're going to be making very soon. I feel like you are trying to keep everything balanced, and it's very nice to see that. But at the same time, you're also very busy. And they're asking you to slow down, to take it easy, okay? I feel like, you know, that you're always there for people. I feel like you're going to be making a decision. I feel like you're very giving and very loving, you know, and you're going to pay it forward. I also feel like you could be receiving some kind of abundance coming in, because you know, like the universe is going to bless you for something, because you have been so good. You know, you've been good to people. And I do feel like it's here. You know, you're very wise. You're very knowledgeable. You know how to handle your money. And I feel like you're also going to be receiving something here also. And then with the Four of Wands, I do feel like you're definitely moving forward. Could be a proposal or a celebration of a homecoming, or could be a celebration of just like, you know, happy times, good times, getting together with friends and family, but definitely moving forward. So it's very nice. Very, very nice. I like that. And that is something that you are not seeing, Libra. Down here for the Ten of Swords. Hold on, you guys. Let's see what's going on. All right. So down here for the Ten of Swords here. Oh my goodness. They come in. They come in. Okay. So let's see what the Ten of Swords is. Sorry about that, you guys. In the hopes and fears. Why is the Ten of Swords here for the one more card? Wow, look at that. That is nice. Um, okay, so Ten of Swords. Here we go. So with the Ten of Swords, you know, you did there was a lot of endings, and there's a lot of things that are going on. Okay, you are doing things differently. Okay, whether this was a painful ending or just conclusions have come into your life, whatever it is, you know, I feel like you're moving on. Like you are definitely changing, going through a lot of changes, Libra. You know, you are not the same person that you used to be. You know, you're not taking anybody's BS. You're not like overly giving. You know, you're doing your own thing. You're doing what you want to do. You know, you're not no longer being that person behind the leader. You are the leader. And that's what they're saying. You know, you're finding your strength, your calmness, your patience. You know, you have what it takes to continue to be on this journey no matter what, even if it was painful, you know, because you are definitely not the same person anymore, which is very beautiful. I love that. So you keep doing what you need to do, okay? Because I feel like you're releasing a lot of things that are going on in your life that, you know, you're no longer that same person that you used to be. You know, you're straightening out your whole entire life. Like you are yourself are changing, you know, to become this better person. And you are definitely. Not that you were a bad person before, but you were just definitely looking at things very differently now. You have the Ten of Wands here for the, okay, one more card for the what you need to do now. There is definitely a decision that you're making. They're asking you to go within and reflect, though, because you are going through a lot. You know, your emotions are very high. You have the Six of Cups. You're thinking about the past and everything that escalated to it. And sometimes we need to leave that behind, okay? I feel like this right here, you're carrying the burdens of a lot of things that have happened. You know, you're holding on to it and you need to start letting it go. Try your best, but you will, because I see it here. I see like you're moving on. I see like you're changing. So you will. But the thing is you need to start reflecting and start going within so that way you can find the answers, to find that peace of mind within you, okay? Because you need to start thinking positive in everything that you're doing. You know, heartbreak, endings, you know, people leaving your lives. Find the good in it, you know? Just keep going in your life. Don't act like, okay, well, this one person is going to bring me down forever because, oh, this happened and that happened. You know, just let it go and just keep going, okay? I feel like you need to set boundaries too, and I feel like you will. I feel like you already know what you need to do. You're definitely going through a healing. You're being very nostalgic right now, and you are going to be making a decision very soon. But I feel like you need to concentrate. I feel like you need to go within, because you do have the hurt, that taking shelter. Then you have that regenerating, like changing your energy. So just know that. You have the Ace of Cups here, Libra, for what you need to work on. So with the Ace of Cups here, I feel like, you know, you really need to have that compassion and forgiveness for people, no matter what. You know, if they've left and you felt like angry about it, so what? If you have, you know, you left somebody, or you don't want to do the same thing over and over, so what? You know, have that compassion and forgiveness for yourself and for everybody else. You know, spirit guides are not telling you, hey, go run to them and beg them back. They're not saying that. That's free will. That's up to you. But they're saying, you know, open your heart still. Don't let nobody harden your heart. I feel like there could be a new person arriving in your life. I feel like you need to really think positive, because everything that you're doing, you're manifesting it. You know, you're creating the world that you live in. You know, you're bringing in that positivity if you want it, or that negativity if you stay in it. And I feel like you have all the tools to manifest what you want. You know, and right now as we speak, whatever we say out to the universe, it hears us and it brings it to us. So just know that. You've always been very blessed, Libra. So just know that. I do feel like there is a new path here. You're going on a new path because you do have the Page of Pentacles. I do feel like you could be learning something long term. I feel like you could be learning something long term. I feel like there's messages coming in for you. Feel like also too, you know, you're wanting to go on a new path and a new direction, and you're wanting to do things differently, and you will, you know. You're just trying to decide. But remember to keep that positivity in your mind that everything's going to work out the way you want it, you know. Pray about it. Give it to our Lord, you know, or whoever you pray to, or to the universe, you know. Ask them for it, because you are very divinely guided and they listen. You have the Three of Wands here, Libra. And why is the Three of Wands here? One more card. Wow, look at that. That's nice. For some of you guys, I feel like you could be moving. You do have the Three of Wands here. The Three of Wands is talking about moving forward. You know, you could also be waiting on something, but definitely you're making plans to, you could be making plans to move or to travel, because I do feel like that's here also for some of you guys. So that is nice. I do feel like you're definitely moving forward. I do feel like you're waiting on something to come in. I also feel like you are trying to make plans, but you're really not trying. You're not saying anything about it to anyone, and you're being very discreet about it. There is definitely new experiences coming in, because you do have the World card here. So when the World card comes in, there's new experiences, there's new happiness, there's renewed here. So it's very nice. I like that. And then you have the Chariot, which is, the Chariot is talking about, you know, taking control of things, you know, being successful, moving forward, knowing where you want to go. And if you see this person closely, they have two ways to go. So which way are you going to go, Libra? You know, which way are you, what path are you going to take? And I feel like you will find that path, because you're going to be making a decision very soon. But really go within and reflect and try to clear your mind so that you can make good decisions, okay? Because you need that. But definitely moving forward from all this, a lot of chaos, from a lot of endings, from a lot of hurt, you're definitely moving forward. Wow. All right, Libra. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. God bless.